Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our celebration for the class of 2020. Congratulations, everyone. My name is Alice Avorka, and I'm the Dean of the Faculty of Environmental and Urban Change. And I want to begin with a land acknowledgement. I'm going to begin with a York University land acknowledgement to acknowledge that York is situated on the traditional territories of many Indigenous nations. The area known as Takaranto has been caretaken by the Anishinaabe Nation, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat. It's now home to many First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples and communities. I would like to acknowledge the current treaty holders, the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. And this area is subject to the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, which is an agreement to peaceably share and care for the Great Lakes region. Of course, we're not all gathered in the same part of the world. So I encourage you to take the responsibility to acknowledge the land that you have the privilege of working and living on as we have for York University. I'm going to turn things over very quickly to Jen Ferdinands, who's going to offer us some housekeeping tips.
Hello, everyone, and congratulations once again. So very quickly, today's event is being recorded. If you don't wish to be recorded, please do mute your microphone, turn off your camera, and you can rename yourself. If you're not speaking, we do ask that you please mute your microphones. And if you have any questions or require any assistance, please use the participants tab or the chat, and we will do our best to assist you. On the next slide, we're asking for your help to help us identify you so that we can break out into groups very easily when we go to connect with you a little bit later. So for the grads, you can rename yourself with your program name first, BES, MES, PhD. And if you're a guest or a fan of one of the grads, please do rename yourself that way. If you've never renamed yourself, very simply, there is a small icon with participants at the bottom of your screen. You can then click on More, which pops up on the participant tab. Click Rename, then rename yourself. And with that, I do believe, Alice, you can continue.
Thank you so much, Jen. You are the first class that is graduating under our new faculty, the Faculty of Environmental and Urban Change. So we're especially pleased to have you here to share this faculty-focused event with us under a new banner. We have a video to share with you if you haven't yet seen our new EUC Faculty in Action, and I'm going to cue Rosanna to put that video on now. Our Faculty of Environmental and Urban Change is bringing together a community of students, faculty, staff, alumni like yourselves, and collaborators, and we're all united in a call to action in order to respond to some of the most pressing challenges facing people and the planet. Our faculty is especially inspired by and committed to you as students. We hope that we've empowered you with fundamental knowledge, critical thinking skills, hands-on experience, and global perspectives throughout our program offerings. And today you're going to be hearing from some of our graduating class members as well as an alumni. They'll be sharing with you some of the positive, memorable times at EUC, and also how the program that they were in has empowered them to be a champion of justice and sustainability. So today, I'm really pleased that you're joining us to celebrate the incredible accomplishments of yourself and our entire 2020 graduating class. Congratulations to each and every one of you from myself and all of us at the Faculty of Environmental and Urban Change. At this time, I'm going to ask you to put your attention to a video greeting from Thomas Lobel, who is the Dean of the Faculty of Graduate Studies, and he's an Associate Vice President of Graduate Studies at York University.
Hello, everyone. I'm Thomas Lobel, Dean of the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Associate Vice President Graduate at York. Thanks for letting me take a few moments to join in the celebration of you and your achievements. If you're with friends or family at this time, please give them a hug or express in some way your thanks for their support along the way. Now, I'll speak for myself, but you may have a sense of this too. I found that the process of earning the degree, the studying, questioning, researching, experimenting, the late nights, the anxiety, the bad mornings, and then those wonderful moments of overcoming, of producing something really good, that's at least as significant as all the books that I read. And the two go hand in hand to help develop your character as a thinker, writer, problem solver, and creator. After graduation, you'll continue to develop that knowledge, to make new discoveries within it, and often supersede it. Now, you don't need me to tell you that the process you underwent this year demanded from you a different kind of nimbleness, sudden application, and especially incredible resilience. You'll need to draw on these traits in the future and remind yourself that you can do what you put your mind to. Look what you've been able to do so far. My wishes for you are simple. Respect what you've learned and honor the person you've become. So congratulations to you all, and enjoy. Hello, everyone.
Thank you so much to Dean Lobel for those remarks. At this time, it's appropriate to turn it over to our graduands. We're going to begin with a few words from our doctors, Dr. Ayaz Malik, Dr. Julie Chamberlain, and Dr. Sylvia Vasquez-Olguin to give us some of their remarks about their journey here with us at the Faculty of Environmental and Urban Change.
Thank you so much, Alice, and others who invited us to this graduation convocation and to inviting us to speak here. I will be very brief because I know Sylvia and Julie also have to say a few things. But what I will say is that one of the things which really attracts people to the FES PhD program is, even among all PhD programs, is the kind of almost unique independence that the program offers. So of course, PhDs are very self-directed in all cases, but especially at FES, you get to form your own program, your own comprehensives, and so on and so forth. But what I actually realized as I went through the program is that when you come in with a sense of the independence of the program, but then you actually end up with the sense of kind of intellectual humility which FES kind of fosters, and that is simply to do. And now the FEUC, and that is simply to do with the fact that it is truly a multi and interdisciplinary faculty. And every time I went to one of the departmental seminars or talks or talked to someone informally as well, what I realize is that, even with knowing as much as I do now in my area, there is so much which I really don't know about. And that is really, I guess, one of the best parts of the experience for me, is that, the kind of humility that kind of inculcates in it inculcates in you, in terms of, in that having, even with having so much knowledge, there is so much, that you don't know. And I think in that moment, there is also, in that moment of humility, there is also a moment of uncertainty, which also is that moment where creativity comes in, right? So where, when there is no, that moment when there is no certainty, is when creativity, human creativity, practice, and more fancy language intervenes. And I guess that is what the faculty has always been about. And it's part of, York's motto as well, and also especially our faculties. And before I sign off, I would like to thank all the people, of course, my committee members, Stefan Kipfer, Anna Zalik, Hira Singh from sociology, but others who've been involved in my PhD and before that MES program, in some way or the other. Roger is here, Justin is here, Liette is here. So there's so many people who kind of pushed, Ilan, I don't know if he's here or not, but who pushed me along in this journey. And of course, Sharifa as well, kind of bothering her with little details and so on and so forth. So I'll just stop here. Thank you so much, everyone, and I'll hand it off to Julie and Sylvia. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ayaz. This is an unusual faculty, as Ayaz has pointed out in some ways, and that's why I came to do my PhD here. My commitment to justice and sustainability was already in me, and I sought out a place where I could get the space and support that I needed, an environment where critical, radical, anti-racist perspectives, intersectional perspectives are valued and taken seriously. And I found that in this faculty. It's an unusual faculty because of the openness and flexibility of the graduate programs. This faculty is really comprised of, the program is really comprised of its people, the students, the professors who supervise and support us. What happened to my commitment to justice and sustainability in my time as a PhD student was that it was deepened. I learned from my supervisor, Jin Harita-Warren, what being an activist scholar really looks like in the everyday. And it can seem really mundane because justice can be about your choice of questions, citations, teaching materials. It's often a lot of small choices that add up over time. But I think some of the most powerful and memorable experiences that I will carry with me from my time in the faculty are actually not from scholarship, but from the picket line in 2015, when graduate student workers were on strike trying to protect the conditions that students who came before us had secured, and that actually made it possible for me to do a PhD. For 5 weeks in the winter, we were on the picket line trying to stay warm, trying to stay hopeful. And in that time and place, I reflected deeply on my values, on what solidarity means in practice, and on how we can differently value relationships, especially when the society and the institutions that we're part of are pushing in another direction. And for me, that more than anything was experiential, embodied education in what justice and sustainability really means. And those have been the real highlights, where the rubber meets the road, so to speak, where intellectual and theoretical pursuits and commitments become action. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Julie, Ayaz, and all the graduates that come today. You're welcome to my kitchen. This is my house. I'm not gonna put anything behind me. This is who I am. And I'm not alone. My partner is sitting next to me, but he's very humble and doesn't want to share. He doesn't want to share my screen, but we are here together. And being an international student is finding your partners, your friends, your family from afar or so close to you every time, and trying to keep them close. I want to remind you how precious and how mighty we are. We, during these long years, because it have been long years on the PhD, and I know that the master students understand it too, we endure a lot of isolation and solitude. It is not just that the program is like this. It is the environment. We initially don't belong here. We are transplanted. We are moved into Canada to achieve even more than even we dream about. And during these years, we received the unexpected gift of friendship and mentorship, and this is something that I want to acknowledge here. Friends from my cohort, as Julie, from other cohorts, of many others that already graduated or are in the road to graduate, have been crucial for me to achieve this PhD. But overall, my committee, Anna Salik, that is not here, all my love, because this is a difficult moment for her. The rest of my committee, now geography part of environmental and urban change, Peter Vandergist, Miguel Gonzalez, Lied, you were not in my committee, but you were all the time so close to me to be really, really part of my committee, honorary part of my committee. Sitting in your desk in your office in front of you, crying and looking for help and guidance, and you were there for me, as for many others in the program. Thank you very much. I just want to say at the end of this short intervention that I wish for all of us a world of love without borders, a world of free movement and fairness, a love so huge that doesn't acknowledge those limitations. And in the future, no more international students, only domestic of the world. And let's work for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to Ayaz, Julie, and Sylvia for those powerful and emotional words. I want to offer a moment to one of our BES graduates, Hanisi Samuel, to offer some thoughts.
Thank you, and good evening, honored guests, faculty, and my fellow graduates. I'm grateful for this opportunity to celebrate our successes together, even though we are apart. And studying at York has given me many wonderful memories, but the time I will always remember fondly in particular is the time I spent at Los Nubis in the summer of 2019. In the span of 3 weeks, I was able to observe tropical species, learn about conservation practices from grassroots organizations to national parks. I was able to participate in mangrove tree restoration, wetland restoration, and so much more. But among all of that, it was just the little moments of connection that really made it special, whether it be just playing ball with my homestay family or sharing stories under the Indigenous hut. Watching the sunset on the campus roof, salsa dancing at the local bar, and even just the morning ride to school where Oscar would all just pick us all up from our homes. It just kind of felt like we were in middle school again. And just with how hectic university life could be, the ability to just slow down, take in all of nature's beauty, and really connect with my peers made it just a sublime experience. And when I first started at York, I was just interested in conservation, but this program has since expanded my worldview. I gained an interest in subjects like sustainable energies, economics, policy, and Indigenous concerns, and learning how all those subjects intersected with the environment has taught me how to better analyze environmental issues through an interdisciplinary lens, and it's emboldened me to pursue a career in energy policy research. And I was fortunate enough to be able to engage in research like that in February when I was chosen to participate in the Japan-Canada Academic Consortium in February. I, along with other students from Canadian and Japanese universities, collaborated to create proposals on future energy mixes for both Japan and Canada and present them in the Canadian Embassy in Tokyo. And it was also there where I had the honor to meet Her Imperial Highness Princess Takamoto, and this was all through opportunities provided by the faculty. And I can definitely say that I did not expect to wrap up my university experience by meeting a princess, that's for sure. So that being said, I just want to thank all the teachers, the faculty, and my peers for making my time at York so special. I wish you all the best of luck, and I'm really excited to see what positive changes you'll bring to the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hanisi. I'm really struck by the impression that faculty, your peers, and the experiences that you've been able to take advantage of has made an impression on you. And I do hope that in the breakout rooms that we have in shortly coming up, that others can share some of their experiences of their programs over the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So we look forward to sharing some more of those thoughts a little bit later. At this time, I want to invite one of our alumni to offer some thoughts on life after time in the faculty. Edith Barabash is actually coming to us live from the field at the Farmhouse Garden Animal Home, which she co-founded. It's a sanctuary that she co-founded in 2016. And Edith is going to offer us a few remarks, and I believe she has a special guest with her as well. Edith.
Hi, everybody. I hope you can hear and see me okay. I am joining you from literally the middle of the field. But I'm so excited to be addressing you today. I am a 2018 graduate of what was then the Faculty of Environmental Studies, and those were really a really special 4 years for me. The program really shaped me and the environmental advocate that I would become. And this was through the fantastic faculty, the interdisciplinary nature of the courses that I took, and of course, how could I forget the field course to the field course in Costa Rica at the Eco Campus, which I'll always remember. And all of these experiences really built me up as an environmental advocate and also as a leader. And they also inspired me to continue my studies at Osgoode Hall Law School, where I am now. During my time at the faculty, I started up a nonprofit animal rescue called Farmhouse Garden Animal Home, and that's where I'm joining you from here today. And it's been successfully running for 4 years now. And I do have a pretty special guest to show you here. So I'm just gonna lean down. This is Buckwheat. She's our donkey friend here, and she's one of the very many animals who we rescued here at the sanctuary, and who are going to be living out their forever homes with all of the rest of their animal friends. So that's Farmhouse Garden Animal Home. If you want to learn more about what we do, you can follow us on social media or on our website as well, and learn about the kind of environmental and animal rights advocacy work that we do. But all in all, I just really hope that the lessons that you've learned and the friendships that you've made and all of your experiences at the faculty really help you to go forward and chase your future endeavors with all of your heart. So I guess I'll wrap up with a huge congratulations from me and from Buckwheat. Best of luck to the graduating class of 2020. I know you're all going to go on to do amazing things and to be change makers. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Edith, and thank you so much to Buckwheat for joining us today. It's always inspiring. I'm always impressed with the alumni that I have the pleasure of meeting. And Edith, you're no exception. We wish you all the best in Osgoode Law School, and we look forward to what you have in your journey coming up. At this time, I do want to give a shout out to all of our graduands, everyone in the Bachelor of Environmental Studies, the Masters of Environmental Studies, as well as the Master of Environmental Studies in Planning, and of course our PhDs in Environmental Studies. We also want to, because we're the new Faculty of Environmental and Urban Change, we want to give a shout out to our geography graduates who are not celebrating with us today. They're with another cohort in their former faculty, but we wish them all the best, and we look forward to connecting with geography alumni as well in the near future. So at this time, we are going to acknowledge each of the graduates attending today by name, and to acknowledge everyone who's graduating from the faculty this October. So we're going to encourage a lot of audience participation here, so you can cheer and clap while being muted, and where you can use the reaction buttons to celebrate yourselves and your fellow classmates. After that, we're going to be moving into some breakout groups, some informal groups where you can connect with one another and your families, and we can hear more from our graduates in attendance. So I believe at this time, Rosanna is going to be sharing some slides. And I have the pleasure of announcing, sorry, so I can see my screen, announcing, I love this. I love it when we read out the doctoral dissertation titles. I think this is always wonderful to see what innovative research topics and incredibly important topics our PhD students are studying as a way to make the future more sustainable and more just. So Dr. Julie Chamberlain's dissertation title is At Home in Hamburg-Wilhelmsburg, Racialized Longtime Residents' Perspectives on Urban Development and Social Mixed Planning. She was supervised by Dr. Jin Hariwathorn. Congratulations, Julie. Dr. Ayaz Malik's dissertation is The Making and Unmaking of the Working Class in Karachi, 1980s to 2010s. Supervised by Dr. Stefan Kipfer. Congratulations, Ayaz. And Dr. Silvia Cristina Vasquez Olguin has a dissertation entitled Storytelling Seasonally Dry Neotropical Forests, the Social Production of Space and Nature in Peasant Communities of a Costa Rican Dry Forest. Sylvia was supervised by Dr. Anna Zalek. Congratulations to all of our graduates in the PhD of Environmental Studies. I believe at this time I am turning over the hosting to Jen, who is going to be reading out the names of our Masters of Environmental Studies graduates who are here with us today. So Jen, I believe it's on to you.
Thank you so much, Alice, and congratulations to our PhD graduating class. It's my pleasure to announce to you the Master's Magisteriate in Environmental Studies candidates. And what I would like to say is that I may pronounce your names wrong. And if I do that, I would like for you to please just unmute and correct me, because I know what it's like to have my last name pronounced wrong. It's Ferdinand's, not Fernandez. So please, if I do pronounce your name wrong, do take a moment to correct me, because this is your time. So Anastasia Abrahizovich, Planning. Faduma Hussein Ali. Nitima Bhatia. Abiel Biruk. Jessica Lee Conroy, Planning. Kayla Stephanie Ginter. Jessie Huang, Planning. Anuja Dharmendra Kapoor, Planning. Katerina Tess Kendrick. Michelle Marcantonio, Planning. Maria Louise McMaster. Jamila Elmi Ali Mohammed, Planning. Leroy Newbold. Veronica Karen Osae Akato Brown, Planning. Alyssa Pompa, Planning. Arya Popal, Planning. Gina Janine Richards, Planning. Alicia Selena Rinaldi, Planning. Christopher Lee Robertson, Planning. Alana Marie Whitman, Planning. These are the graduates that we have been able to identify as having registered and attended. If we have forgotten to name you, please do feel free to unmute and name yourself. However, I wish to extend our heartiest congratulations to the MES class of 2020. And this is the complete list of all our MES graduates this year. And there are more on the other slide as well. So congratulations to each and every one of you. At this time, it is my honor also to announce the candidates for the Bachelor in Environmental Studies with honors. Lynn Alicia Din. Jamila Elahi. Nitharsan Naranjan. Hanisi Alam David Samuel, summa cum laude and member of the Dean's Graduating Honor Roll. I will now announce the Bachelor in Environmental Studies graduates as well. Sean Duan, with merit, member of the Dean's Graduating Honor Roll. Mary Gabriela Vellastucci. Congratulations to the entire BES graduating class of 2020. At this time, I'll pass it back to Alice, and I'm sure we are going to connect in smaller groups now.
Thank you so much, Jen. And again, congratulations to our BES, our MES and MES planning, and our ES PhD graduates. I also want to announce that Jamila Mohammed is this year's recipient of the Canadian Institute of Planning's Academic Excellence Award. So congratulations to Jamila. At this time, you are correct, Jen, in that we are going to be concluding this portion of the event, and we're going to be breaking into smaller groups for about 15 minutes. I will be joining each of the breakout rooms so I can say hello and wish everyone congratulations in person, you know, a little bit more in person than the broad Zoom call that we have right now. And we also have a number of our faculty members that are joining in the breakout rooms as well. Today with us, we have Liette Gilbert, who many of you know as a professor in environmental studies, but also has served as our graduate program director for a number of years. We have Justin Poder, who is a professor in environmental studies and is now our Associate Dean of Teaching and Learning, as well as Philip Kelly, who's a professor in geography, and he serves as our new faculty's Associate Dean of Research, Graduate, and Global Affairs. We also have Gail Fraser, who's an environmental studies professor, and she has been serving as our undergraduate program director for the past year. We also have a number of staff members who will be familiar to many of you, especially in the undergrad program. So Anne Tergelis, Sharifa Satur, Rosanna Chowdhury, and Jennifer Ferdinands will also be joining the breakout rooms. So at this time, I believe that I will be leaving to go to one of the rooms, and I believe this is where Jennifer and Rosanna work their Zoom magic to whisk us away into other parts of the Zoom sphere.
Before we go into our breakout rooms, we did actually miss one MES grad, so shout out to Jasmine Frendo. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jasmine. Sorry we missed you.
And Michael.
Congratulations.
Student, yeah.
And sorry, Anne, did you have someone else to add as well, please?
Yes, Michael Haslam is here as well, and we missed him as well. BES grad.
Fantastic. Welcome, Michael. Sorry we missed you. It's great to have you here. Is there anyone else? Please identify in the chat. And I should say we're absolutely thrilled that we have friends and family of our graduates joining us. And we're really looking forward to connecting with you in the next section of the event. So now I think we're going to be whisked off into our breakout rooms. So we'll see you soon. Welcome back. Now I can say welcome back from the breakout rooms. I have to say I wasn't sure how the Zoom event was going to work, but I feel like we've had at least a moment to connect and to feel the emotion of this moment and the significance of this moment for our graduates, as well as the family and friends that are able to join us today. And hopefully that'll translate across through the recording. I believe there are some things that we wanted to do. Great. So Rosanna is sharing. Rosanna, I'm going to maybe turn it over to you to just clarify what we're sharing. These, I believe, are individuals that we may have missed.
Yes, so because we missed out on 2 names, I'd like to acknowledge Jasmine Raquel Frendo, who graduated with her MES. Congratulations, Jasmine. And then we have Michael Haslam, who's graduating with magna cum laude and also a member of the Dean's graduating honor roll. And he's graduating with his BES with honors. Congratulations.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Rosanna, for offering the spotlight to 2 of our graduates that we missed in the first round. It's so lovely to have you here. So at this time, I am going to be turning it over to Jen Ferdinands, who you may know is our alumni officer for the faculty, and she's going to be talking to you about staying in touch, because we certainly want to stay in touch with you.
Thank you so much, Alice. So I will take a quick moment and you'll see a couple of polls pop up on your screen, because we really do want to know how it is you'd like to be engaged with us. And Rosanna will share a slide that shows all the different ways you can connect. You can follow us online through our LinkedIn page, through Twitter, through Instagram, as well as Facebook. We're at YorkU EUC. But there are so many other ways for you as a graduate to get involved. But before we go into that, we want to be able to ask you, how can the faculty serve you? Part of what is really interesting in my role is to listen to our grads and hear about what they're doing and what it is they would like to be able to do, and learn about the ways in which we can help them. So if you can, just take a moment to tell us how you think the faculty can serve you. And then in the meantime, we'll talk about the ways you can get engaged. So if you're coming back to the faculty, we encourage you to be a mentor to our current students or a guest speaker at one of our classes. We have several events that take place constantly at the university or even at the faculty. So attend them online or even in person when it's safe to do so. And the faculty itself has 3 alumni networks. One is for our MES Master's Environmental Studies Planning Alumni Committee at York. We also have the Las Nubes Alumni Network, as well as the York University Geography Alumni Network. So if you're interested in staying in touch with fellow grads, joining the network is a great way to do so. And of course, if and when the time comes and you're able to reconnect with us and offer our students some internships or placement opportunities or ways for them to get hands-on experience, we would be so grateful, so that we can help empower and allow our students to continue to be champions of justice and sustainability. So that being said, I just want to ask you the next question. One moment. And it's basically how you wish to remain engaged with us. So again, we offer different ways of being engaged, but understanding better how our grads actually wish to be engaged is usually is a better way for us to measure that. So that being said, this is how you can stay in touch with us. I hope you do. My email address is at the bottom of the page, so please feel free to contact me directly, and I wish you all the very best. Congratulations.
And with that, we are coming to the end of our convocation celebration. I feel like I want everyone to take themselves off of mute. Take yourselves off of mute. And let's give ourselves, no, not ourselves. Let's give the graduates a hearty round of applause and a bit of a woo woo.
Cheers.
So that livens up Zoom. It makes the portion where everything just switches off a little bit less jarring. It's been such a thrill sharing this moment with you. We are immensely proud of all of our graduates. You inspire us, and we have no doubt that you'll continue to do so on the next steps of your journey. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to the wonderful staff who have helped us pull this together, especially Jennifer Ferdinands and her team. And please stay in touch with us. Thank you so much, and best wishes for the future.